Hello everyone. Let's talk about a rather interesting single-player adventure game, Night in the Woods. If you ask what the game's biggest strength is, the first thing that comes to mind is its atmosphere. Each day, playing as the main character, May, you wander around the small town of Possum Springs, gradually discovering the stories of its residents. Sometimes sad, sometimes funny, but always human. You meet up with childhood friends and get pulled into various little adventures with them. At the same time, you begin to see the problems these once carefree kids now face after suddenly finding themselves in the often harsh and unforgiving reality of adult life. The game is almost masterful at evoking the right emotions from the player. In particular, it captures the melancholic mood of a dying small town extremely well. Jobs slowly disappear. Beloved stores close down, young people dream about leaving, while the older generation tries, somehow, to keep the town alive. Despite the playful dialogue and May's often unserious attitude, you repeatedly run headfirst into a harsh reality. You feel the weight of exhausting work that offers no real chance to change anything, where youth fades and the future begins to look increasingly bleak. You also see aging workers who, after losing their jobs in this small town, struggle to survive with little hope of retraining or finding a new place in life. The town is filled with stories, many different stories. Most of them are delivered through short conversations. Here and there, almost casually, simple lines of dialogue reveal the fears, memories, and struggles of the town's residents, as well as pieces of May's own story. Without a doubt, this narrative style, combined with the game's distinctive visual style and pleasant soundtrack, forms the main strengths of Night in the Woods. Another positive aspect is the game's slight non-linearity. You can choose which friend to spend the evening with, and these choices gradually reveal their personalities and the problems they are trying to deal with. The personal stories of May's friends are quite strong and genuinely engaging. However, if we look at the overall plot, it isn't particularly gripping. The main twist is somewhat unexpected, but it isn't developed very well and doesn't fit perfectly with the overall tone of the game. In general, the story leaves the impression of being incomplete. It feels almost like the first chapter of a larger and deeper narrative. You get the sense that the developers intended to continue the story and explain things more clearly. But for various reasons, that continuation may never actually happen. The dialogue itself is also quite specific. It's short and often witty, but if this particular style of communication between characters doesn't click with you, you may find yourself getting bored. What will likely scare away a large portion of players, though, is the very simple gameplay. This game simply isn't about mechanics. Aside from walking around the town and using a basic jumping system, the gameplay is only occasionally broken up by a handful of simple minigames. Don't expect anything particularly deep or complex in this department. Most of what you'll be doing here is talking, and talking some more. That's definitely not for everyone. Despite all of that, the game still turned out quite good. It's not really about gameplay, and not even about an especially strong central plot. Night in the Woods is primarily about atmosphere, and a little bit about life philosophy. Some players will find comfort in it and recognize characters who have gone through situations similar to their own. For some, it may even help heal emotional wounds. Others, however, may remain completely indifferent. This is a game made for a specific audience, and it's definitely not for everyone. That's all from me. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Play good games, stay healthy, and may peaceful skies always be above your head.